Hi, I'm Carl Azus. Thanks for watching CNN 10. Whether you're at school, at work, on the road, or at home, you can always find us at youtube.com/CNN10. We know a number of our viewers are at home today, with certain schools and universities across the world either closed or holding online classes only. Concerns about the novel or new coronavirus have led to shutdowns of places where people gather. Parades and concerts have been called off. Some international soccer games have been played in empty stadiums. Flights have been canceled with fewer people traveling. We told you yesterday how the nation of Italy, which has seen the most coronavirus cases in Europe, went on lockdown. Public events there are banned, travel's restricted. Because the virus has been spreading so fast, it's difficult to keep up with all of the countries announcing similar restrictions and attempts to contain the disease. After Monday's record-setting point drop in the U.S. stock market, there was a rebound yesterday after the Trump administration started discussing a payroll tax cut that would be intended to put more money in the hands of working Americans and help ease the economic consequences of the virus. Other countries' governments are also looking for ways to do that. As of yesterday afternoon, there were at least 849 confirmed cases in America. They stretched across most states and the District of Columbia. California, New York, and Washington each had more than 100 reported cases. There's a lot that health officials don't know about this disease, but early data indicates that older people are twice as likely to get seriously sick from it. Americans are being encouraged to avoid shaking hands and sharing food, to disinfect doorknobs, to regularly clean utensils, and especially to wash our hands.
Since the novel coronavirus first appeared in Wuhan, China in late 2019, it has spread across the world, leading to thousands of deaths, sadly, and tens of thousands of infections. Limiting transmission between individuals is vital to help contain the outbreak. So here's what you can do to protect yourself. Health experts agree that you should wash your hands regularly, thoroughly as well, with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. Don't forget your thumbs. Don't forget underneath your nails. Now, if soap and water are not available, you can use a hand sanitizer, but make sure that it's at least 60% alcohol. Do avoid close contact with anyone who is coughing or sneezing. What you're trying to do is avoid the airborne droplets that can spread the disease. Avoid touching your face at all. We do this hundreds of times a day. Avoid touching your face, but especially with unwashed hands, as the virus can enter your body through your eyes, your nose, and your mouth. If you do cough or sneeze, don't do it into your hands. Instead, use the crook of your elbow or use a tissue. Unless you're already sick, don't wear a mask. This is important. Wearing a mask can actually increase your risk of getting infected if you wear that mask improperly. Individuals do have an important role to play here, but society-wide measures are also going to help stem the global spread of this virus. While affected countries have used a range of responses, containment efforts can be effective here. The lockdown of the entire city of Wuhan is thought to have helped slow the initial spread of the virus, and that bought valuable time for preparations elsewhere. Since then, large-scale quarantines have been used in some of the worst affected areas in the world, including Italy's Lombardy region. I should point this out, that large quarantines have not really been used in the United States for decades. The world has changed a lot since then, so it is hard to know just how effective these quarantines would be today. Restricting large gatherings of people may also help prevent the transmission of this virus. For example, baseball games played in empty stadiums in Japan. Italy ended the Venice Carnival early, and at least one fashion show in Milan was held with no audience at all. While France also closed public spaces, including the Louvre. Early detection of cases through testing, that's the key. And some countries have taken it to the next level. For example, in China, they quickly deployed thermal monitoring technology to record temperatures. And in South Korea, they pioneered further innovations like drive-through testing. From providing emergency resources and investment to building infrastructure at speed, governments around the world now are working to contain and then mitigate this outbreak. And the vast majority of people who contract the virus do recover. So while novel coronavirus and the anxiety about it continue to spread, remember, there are things that can be done to fight back.
10-second trivia. What do Michigan, Mississippi, and Missouri all have in common? Are they all east of the Mississippi River, west of the river, states prior to 1850, or part of the Louisiana Purchase? All of these states were admitted to the Union before 1850. And yesterday, they were all also part of Super Tuesday 2 or Super Tuesday 2.0. Whatever you call it, it involved 6 states in total. 5 were holding primaries, 1 was holding caucuses. It came exactly 1 week after Super Tuesday and wasn't as big in terms of delegates at stake, but it was the next big step in the process that will determine which Democrat and which Republican will be listed on the U.S. presidential ballot this November 3rd. While incumbent President Donald Trump is dominating the Republican races over former Massachusetts Governor Bill Weld, there are 3 Democrats competing for their party's nomination, and the 2 frontrunners were very close to each other in terms of the delegates they'd won. Going into yesterday's contests, former Vice President Joe Biden had 635 pledged delegates. U.S. Senator Bernie Sanders from Vermont had 558. We didn't have results when we produced this show, but the big prize from Super Tuesday 2 was Michigan. In that state, 125 delegates were at stake. Wrapping up in New York City, which has held a number of superlatives when it comes to height. In 1929, the Chrysler Building was the tallest in the world. 2 years later, the Empire State Building took that title from it. And now, One World Trade Center is the tallest in the city, though not the world. But not every high point is a skyscraper. Sometimes it's a sky deck.
You can see the entire city all in one shot. Everything from the Statue of Liberty all the way around to Central Park. And it really is the only place in the city where you can get a view of all of the major icons and the whole city in one shot and one breath. I'm standing on the glass floor, and this is probably one of the best spaces that we have. If I look down, I can look down over 1,100 feet straight down to 10th Avenue. And this is really a unique view and a unique experience. You can stand, look around, see the cars going by. I think a lot of people will lay down, take the selfies from above. This will become the iconic shot. Once you get up to the top, we're not going to really be encouraging people to leave. We're really going to let people experience it how they want to. Some people will come up very quick. We know during sunset time, people will stay a bit longer, but we're going to really let it feel organic and not try to manage people once they get up to the top. These are very, very strong glass pieces and are structurally designed so that there is no way that we could put enough people on here to be anywhere close to any weight limit. So it's perfectly safe. We could have everybody all over looking down, no problems at all. When you look out, you don't see any railings, any bars, anything like that. The glass itself is the structure. And that was really designed for a number of reasons, but the main one is to give an unobstructed view. You know, we call ourselves Edge. When you walk out, it really is like you can walk off to the edge. We really don't want people to think of us as an observation deck. We have a number of experiences that we're really trying to be more than that and really give a different type of experience. This is really about having unique elements that are unique to us here at Hudson Yards and unique to Edge, and looking down to the city is something that it's the only place you'll be able to do it in New York.
Or New Amsterdam. The cutting edge may leave thrill seekers glassy-eyed, and while some will like it because it's edgy and others will be put on edge, you too might not like people walking all over the edge, and acrophobics certainly won't want to hit the deck. They'd rather stay below deck and keep a more grounded altitude about the viewing party above, even if the edge is the height of observation posts. It's great to have Trinity Lutheran School watching today. It's in Aberdeen, South Dakota. The one place CNN is looking for the schools we mention is on our YouTube channel. I'm Carl Azus for CNN.